We're going to start by taking this rear wheel off. And the first step is you got to undo this lower shock bolt because we're trying to take this upper belt guard off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So the belt guard is just held in place by the lower shock bolt on the left side of the bike, and then it just pulls straight back, and it releases. Now, let me go ahead and try and remove this front sprocket cover here as well. Hold tight. Guys, the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove the front sprocket cover here. There's a bolt here. There's one here as well. And there's one here at the very bottom. Let's start at the bottom here. Oh, this is a T5 X head. Hopefully we didn't have any marks, and we got lucky on that one. Alright, there's the front sprocket. Next we're going to work on removing the lower belt guard. Guys, the next thing I did right here is there's another T5 Torx bit here. Or not a Torx bit, but a hex. And then it's got a little slot here. You just pull it straight back. Go ahead and run this back up into the swing arm just so I can leave this bolt. I know exactly where it goes. Alright guys, the next step here we're going to do, so there's a snap ring in a groove on the axle here, so the next step is to actually remove this snap ring. And I've never done this before, so this should be interesting. Actually pretty simple. So I just got these kind of snap ring pliers, so when they just kind of separate the snap ring once you pry those open. So I'm even using the service manual while I'm doing this too. So the next thing they say to do is remove this axle nut and this adjuster. One thing I do want to call out though is, so I've got wood underneath the tire here. And it's wedged under there pretty good. So that's all basically touching now. The other thing too is you want to make sure that both shock bolts are still in place. You really, the only reason I removed this shock bolt was to remove that upper belt guard. I since put it back into place. That way you're keeping the alignment of the wheel, so there's no tension when you try and pull the axle out. So I'm going to go ahead and break this axle nut loose. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure that I'm going to put in my extra block of wood here and really get this thing supported. That way I can really feel there's very, very little tension on the axle at this point. So I'm going to grab a mallet and actually bump the axle out. I'm going to grab a zip tie here. So once I get this axle out enough, the caliper is actually going to free up. And I'm going to hang the caliper somewhere while I'm taking the wheel out. I'm going to continue to slowly, tap this out. I've got a ratchet here with the rubber, and okay. So I don't know if you can see here, but this is the ABS sensor. Here it comes right there. So that was between the caliper bracket and the actual disc brake rotor. And the caliper is really just kind of hanging there now. Oh, here we go. So I'm just spinning with my hand and pulling on this side, and we're coming out now. The other thing I'm doing right now is I'm applying pressure to the top of the wheel, so there's like almost no tension, and there's the axle. Big old thing there. I'm gonna go ahead and slip this back on here. I'm gonna put this nut on here as well. Alright, so this is my left side spacer here. This is between the rear pulley and the inside of the swing arm. And I'm going to remove these two. These are just two more T6 hex heads here. This is a T8, sorry. Oh, there it goes.